this is the government of Nigeria's priority interventions. And when you come in to sort of implement your interventions,
Hello and welcome to the News Desk 3 on NTA News 24, reaching you live from Abuja. I am Vivian Ezadifi. A pivotal international panel at the Nigerian International Energy Summit wants to find sustainable solutions to driving cross-continental investment towards scaling Africa's energy frontier. The panel, featuring a lineup of global energy leaders, also aims to explore pathways for global investment in Africa's energy landscape, address challenges in infrastructure development, and foster innovation and growth. Lydia Sampson has more.
Experts say the lineup of global energy leaders in Abuja for the Nigeria International Energy Summit is indicative of the summit's success 8 years after. Leveraging global energy leaders' insights towards harnessing more frontiers gave rise to discussions on overcoming barriers to attract international capital and building a sustainable energy future for Africa.
We take a long-term approach, so there's not really a shift in our narrative. Now, the thing which we can provide is stability. Stability means we work together, making sure that energy is affordable. So it's important because today, if you just focus on the natural decline rates in production around the world, you're talking at least 4 or 5%. In some places, it's much more, actually. Now, when we say we need to invest in upstream, we need to invest today just to manage what natural decline is.
Africa stands at the forefront of this energy transformation, endowed with over 8% of the world's proven natural gas reserves, a resource that presents a remarkable opportunity to enhance energy access, drive economic growth, foster regional integration, and contribute to global energy stability.
They acknowledge Africa's evolving role in the global energy transition, reiterating that all energy sources will continue to provide energy as part of the broader energy supply mix. Optimism is high that the coming on board of the African Energy Bank is going to make a significant impact.
As far as we are concerned in the African Energy Bank, we are doing a project that will bring money to those who invest in it. But more importantly, it is going to catapult Africa from where it is today in terms of energy poverty to abundance.
In view of Africa's enormous energy potential, the summit seeks to drive transformative growth in the oil and gas and power sectors through foreign direct investment. In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, NTA News.
Dangote Petroleum Refinery and Petrochemicals has slashed the price of petrol for the second time this month. It has earlier reduced 65 naira off the previous price of 890, bringing ex-depot price down to 825 naira per litre, sequel to a 60 naira reduction February 1st. The ex-depot price has decreased from 950 naira per litre in January to the current price of 825 naira per litre, representing a reduction of 125 naira per litre within 26 days. This development will ensure Nigerians pay between 860 naira and 865 naira per litre for petrol. At the pump in Lagos, the price adjustment will take effect from Thursday, February 27, and is intended to provide essential relief to Nigerians. Now, former Speaker, Lagos State Assembly Mudashiru Obasa returned to State Assembly complex accompanied by a detachment of heavily armed personnel. He made straight for the Speaker's office that he once occupied and forcing his way to gain entrance. Lawmakers can be seen gathering under a hut in the garden discussing the situation. Police personnel have been deployed in and around the House of Assembly complex to maintain law and order. Loyalists and supporters of the removed Speaker Obasa came in their numbers in several numbers of commercial buses, singing and pledging loyalty to the former speaker. For now, situation at the House of Assembly is quite tense as air of uncertainty pervades the entire legislative complex. Musa Toliat is still monitoring development as they unfold at the Lagos State House of Assembly. Now, President Tinubu has demonstrated commitment to create a fair, transparent, and efficient tax system that will drive economic growth, encourage investment, and ultimately improve the standard of living for all citizens. Stakeholders have in the last 3 days been brainstorming with lawmakers on the legislative framework. National Assembly correspondent Lami Ali reports.
When the federal government introduced the proposed policy on tax reforms, some segments of the public expressed reservations. The intense consultations and engagements with stakeholders by both chambers of the National Assembly have paid off, as confirmed by the Senior Special Assistant to President Tinubu on National Assembly Matters Senate, Senator Bashir Lado.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, has the nation's best interest at heart in introducing these reforms. It will improve investments and also ultimately improve the standard of living for all Nigerians.
They would be able, with the VAT offices, they will be able to know exactly what Kano is contributing, and they will be able now to apply that in the derivation principle.
Meanwhile, the Senate Committee on Local Content has reiterated its resolve to ensure improved business environments for economic growth and job creation.
When we're talking about local content, we always think about the oil and gas. It is not. It also concerns the matured industries, construction, manufacturing, how they be able to apply local content in their own area of operation. So we'll be interested in the matured industry as well as the oil and gas industry sector.
In another development, the Minister of Labour and Employment, Megari Dingyadi, has reassured Nigerians that at the heart of the Renewed Hope agenda is the desire to develop the capacity of citizens to compete favorably with contemporaries across the world.
We are going to work together to ensure that we improve the services that we are providing to Nigerian workers, to Nigerians in general, and to our dear country.
When we train these people, they will become industrialists, they become entrepreneurs, and then unemployment will be reduced. So tomorrow you will not even see, okay, what is NDE doing?
We would not want to watch Nigerians being exploited. We would not want to watch Nigerians' welfare being tampered with. We would not stay to watch Nigerians and employers not obeying what the Constitution says.
The Senate Committee on Labour has asked agencies under the ministry to do more on skills development among the youth population. From the National Assembly, Lami Ali, NTA News.
A town hall meeting held in Abuja to discuss tax reforms for persons with disability. PWD's stakeholders, including government officials, disability rights advocates, and representatives from the private sector, gathered to explore ways to provide tax relief to PWDs. Gufon Shaji Ugwani reports.
The foot of my prosthetics was severe, and I couldn't walk. I was thinking I can't afford the millions to replace it.
Advocates presented a strong case for tax waivers or exemptions, citing the significant expenses incurred by individuals with disabilities. They argued that providing tax relief would not only alleviate financial burdens, but also empower persons with disabilities to participate fully in the economy.
Advocacy and awareness and sensitization of the tax bill eventually when it's passed. The second is tax incentive is very important to us because it will promote investment in the community.
Providing the exemption for them for their assistive device, and also providing room for them to have fun that can support their health, can support entrepreneurship.
The stakeholders also discussed potential mechanisms for implementing tax reforms, including amendments to existing tax laws and regulations.
There are areas where we need laws to be enacted and regulations to be produced to address gaps that we have identified, including possibilities of including these in the ongoing tax reform that we are embarking on currently.
An opportunity for the PWD community to be engaged in the process.
The outcome of the meeting is expected to inform future policy decisions on tax reforms for persons with disabilities. In Abuja, Gofan Shaji Ugwanyi, NTA News.
The Primary Healthcare Memorandum of Understanding, a 3-year partnership between the Nigerian government, Gavi, and UNICEF, is paying off as 8 implementing states are sharing successes on reduction in morbidity and mortality rates through a strengthening PHC systems and effective routine immunization at a learning and dissemination engagement. Drivers of the Health Systems Initiative are reviewing the commitment and targeting the project's sustainability. Burjanatu Adams Said reports.
One of the 27 local governments.
It is not a political meeting, but politicians are the participants here. 8 Nigerian states of Bayelsa, Gombe, Jigawa, Katsina, Kebbi, Niger, Taraba, and Zamfara commit to the 36-month health program. And at this national close-out event, leadership of each state highlights key lessons learned and impact, with Jigawa State connecting the program to its achievement of being the first state of the Federation to eradicate polio.
We went in house to house, and with the help of the traditional rulers, with the help of the local government chairman and the local government people, and we see that the immunizations to the children has been successful.
We engaged over 2,000 healthcare workers and posted them mostly to rural facilities. And of course, the needle has moved. We have moved, all our indices from where it was that was poor to where it is now. And we're not stopping because what has been developed and the systems thereof, we hope to get better.
Recognizes the influential role religious, political, and community leaders play in shaping people's attitude towards agenda on health care.
We have seen a lot of gain. There is incredible political commitment. The states have really taken into consideration that how could they sustain these gains. So they're not really relying on the funding externally.
The close-out event is tagged from commitment to change. The PHC journey and implementing partners share optimism of state government taking full ownership of the initiative for sustainability purpose. In Abuja, Marjanatu Adam Said, NTA News.
This is the News Desk at 3 on NTA News 24. We have more stories for you when we return from this break. Stay with us.
Have you heard the news? The federal government of Nigeria, through its direct benefit transfer program, has started the disbursement of 75,000 naira per household in 3 installments of 25,000, 25,000, 25,000 naira. Each recipient must have a validated national identification number, NIN, to receive the payment on behalf of their household members. To benefit, your household must be in the National Social Register of Poor and Vulnerable Households in Nigeria. The federal government's direct benefit transfer program is helping to reduce the effect of suffering while promoting financial and economic inclusion for the poor and vulnerable population in Nigeria.
Sunana Safiya Ismail, ni daga Gwagwalada Area Council a karkashin Giri. Ina da yara 7 da mijina. Sana'ana sadda itace. Akwai damuwoyi da yawa. Rashin kudi da musanta zaka ga itace zai kare ba kudi ne zaka siya wani. An kira ni ayi Safiya Ismail nace yes, come for your benefit at Angwando do Gwagwalada. Suka bani ATM din immediately na withdraw kudi na. Amma gaskiya kudin ya zo at the right time.
This message is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Information and National Orientation, Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction, in collaboration with the National Social Investment Programs Agency, National Social Safety Nets Coordinating Office, and the National Cash Transfer Office.
Welcome back. Now, Musa Tolia will go back to our earlier reports on the invention of the former Speaker of the State Assembly in Lagos. Musa Tolia is standing by to bring us up to speed with what is happening at the Assembly complex. Musa, if you can hear me, tell us what is happening at the State Assembly at the moment.
All right, Vivian, thank you very much. Here at the Lagos State House of Assembly complex, recorded on January 13, the former speaker was actually removed. That's talking about Mudashiru Obasa. So he was removed by...
It seems we lost connection with Musa Tolia there. We'll still go back to him. Okay, let's move on to other matters now. The Sultanate Council Sokoto says Friday, 28th February 2025 marks the start of the search for the new moon of Ramadan 1446 after Hijrah. This is in a statement signed by Wazir Sokoto and Chairman, Advisory Committee on Religious Affairs, Sultanate Council Sokoto, Professor Sambo Wali Janado. The statement calls on Muslims to look out for the new moon on Friday and report any sighting to their nearest district or village head for onward communication to the Sultan of Sokoto and President General Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, Muhammad Saad Abubakar, for formal announcement. The statement added that if the new crescent is sighted, the following phone numbers could be contacted for onward communication to the Sultanate Council: 0803-7157-100, 0806-6303-077, 0803-5965-322, 0809-9945-903, and 0706-7146-900. The fight against malnutrition in Nigeria is getting a boost with the launch of the Nutrition 774 initiative. I beg your pardon. The program is designed to deliver nutrition interventions across all 774 local government areas with a focus on children and pregnant women. Ekemini Williams has the details.
Nutrition remains a major concern in Nigeria, with nearly 40% of children under 5 affected. The Nutrition 774 initiative, launched by the National Economic Council, is expected to tackle this challenge head-on. On Good Morning Nigeria, stakeholders from key government agencies point to factors such as limited awareness and poor dietary practices as contributors to the problem.
In every community, we have locally available staple food. But from statistics, we have found out, based on the 2021 National Food Consumption and Micronutrient Survey that was carried out nationwide, we found out that less than 15% of the population are aware of locally available cheap food that they can eat in order for them to meet their nutritional status.
To address this, the initiative will promote homestead farming, encourage the consumption of biofortified foods, and expand nutrition education in rural communities. Local government chairmen are expected to take the lead in ensuring these efforts reach those who need them most.
Just yesterday, we did a soft launch of the electronic essential system. And of course, within the next 1 or 2 months, it's going to be launched by nationally. And then you're going to stay in your house and get information about your plot, what you can do there, the soil, whatever you need to apply to the soil, how are you going to treat your soil, where do you get your seed. We're going to train a lot of extension officers to be nutrition sensitive.
The local government chairman, under the supervision of the state governors, would drive the program, and with the data coming up from the implementation of the strategies that are being deployed, we come up to the national, where effective planning already in place will now handhold the monitoring, the review, the evaluation to ensure one, the political will that government has brought to the program stays and drives it to the cause.
We're telling all partners coming to the table to say this is the government of Nigeria's priority interventions, and when you come in to sort of implement your interventions, align with ours so we're not duplicating efforts.
The program also integrates nutrition into sectors like health, education, agriculture and social protection, aiming for a broader impact. With implementation now in motion, the focus is on reaching households with the right interventions to improve nutrition nationwide. In Abuja, Ekemini Williams, NTA News.
The federal government is engaging stakeholders in the livestock subsector to build capacities, improve productivity along value chains, and accelerates the implementation of the Livestock Productivity and Resilience Support Project, LPRES in Nigeria. Minister of Livestock Development, Idi Mukhtar says developing the skills and knowledge of project staff is for effective delivery of the LPRES project in compliance with World Bank policies. Tokpa Alabi has more.
Nigeria is home to over 200 million people who herd over 146.1 million of ruminant livestock, with 21.2 million cattle, 48.6 million sheep, and 76.3 million goats. Presently, livestock accounts for 1/3 of Nigeria's agricultural GDP, providing income, employment, and food. As the federal government seeks to harness the 33 trillion naira revenue potential in the sector, this capacity building is to ensure project staff involved in the Livestock Productivity and Resilience Support Project, LPRES, are equipped for efficient implementation in tandem with World Bank standards.
We are still steeped in traditional practices in terms of genetic traits, in terms of husbandry, disease management, market access, infrastructure. So it is the duty of this ministry to transform that sector into a modern, vibrant, and self-sustaining, globally competitive sector. This project has a future. Even if you finish what you are doing now, you are there with institutional memory. You can assist us in case World Bank wants to come again and change the curriculum and give us something else in the livestock.
This is very encouraging for your team and for the World Bank, knowing that the level of the importance you give to LPRES.
The investment's goal is to improve the productivity of the livestock value chain for over 1.4 million people to mitigate key drivers of farmer-herder conflicts.
So generally what we want to see in 2027 is an improved livestock production, improved commercialization, a lot of economic benefit to the livestock sector. We want to change the space of livestock sector.
LPRES is a 6-year project with development objective to improve livestock productivity, resilience, and commercialization of selected value chains. And currently, 20 states across the country are participating in the project, which commenced in 2022. In Abuja, Tokpe Alabi, NTA News.
This is the News Desk at 3 on NTA News 24. Here is another look at our top stories. Nigeria attracting more investment in energy sector as International Energy Summit winds up.
The thing which we can provide is stability. Stability means we work together, making sure that energy is affordable.
National Assembly has continued engagement with stakeholders for efficient tax reforms. Stakeholders impressed with Nigerians' initiative to reduce malnutrition in all local government areas.
This is the government of Nigeria's priority interventions, and when you come in to sort of implement your interventions,
Now to sports. Nigerian internationals Ryodisa backs brace as Rangers overcome Kilmarnock in 6-goal thrillers. And Nasarawa United stunned Remo Stars while Eyimba holds Shooting Stars in Nigerian Premier Football League. Match day 26 G firms. Let's join our sports text for details.
Nigerian forward Cyril Dessers bagged a brace as Rangers defeated Kilmarnock 4-2 in the Scottish Premiership on Wednesday. Heading into the game against Kilmarnock, the striker has not scored in 5 consecutive games, but he ended his goals drought as he scored on 53 minutes to bring the scoreline to 2-2. After Kilmarnock had raised to a 2-0 lead following 2 quick goals on 11 and 14 minutes. The Super Eagles striker then put Rangers 3-2 ahead in the 62nd minute. It is now 10 goals, 2 assists in 25 games in the Scottish top flight for Dessers this season. And in the Nigeria Premier Football League, leaders Remo Stars fell 1-0 to Nasarawa United in match day 26 encounter at the Lafia City Stadium on Wednesday. Veteran midfielder Rabiu Ali scored the decisive goal from the penalty spot 7 minutes from time as Kano Pillars defeated Akwa United 1-0 at the Sonny Abacha Stadium. The match between Outland FC and Academy Warriors at the Dan Anyim Stadium, Owerri, ended goalless. Niger Tornadoes recorded the only away win of the day, edging past Lobby Stars 2-0 in Bauchi, while Olders Rangers trashed Sunshine Stars 3-0.
And that concludes the News Desk at 3 on NTA News 24. I am Vivian Izadifi. Many thanks for watching.